Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back, students. So today we are going to start with last chapter of book 4, that is forms and movements in animals, and it is on page number 50. So observe the following pictures and complete the sentences given below in each picture. So we have been provided with 2 pictures and a sentence that is incomplete, so we have to fill that. Okay, so the first one is, here it is an eagle, so it is being said that a bird flies with the help of, so here the answer will be wings, because a bird flies with the help of its wings only. And the second one is, a snake crawls using the dash on its body, so it is scales on its body. Okay, then animals move from one place to another in search of food, water, or better climatic conditions, or to protect themselves from animals. See, we know that whenever animals move from one place to whenever they change their place, that is because of either in search of food or water, or they want some better climatic conditions, or there is some threat to them, so that's why they are protecting themselves from some animals. Okay, so let us learn how different animals including human beings move. So in this chapter we are going to study about the movement of different animals. Okay, and the first one is the movement in earthworm. So an earthworm, this is in a picture of earthworm. Okay, figure 2.1. So an earthworm has a soft long body divided into several ring-like structures or segments. So the body of an earthworm that is divided is very soft and that is very long, and that is divided into segments. This ring-like structure that is known as the segments, and they have bristles around each segment. So they are having segments in their body and they are having bristles in each segment, and it moves very slowly by shortening and lengthening these segments using muscles. So how a earthworm is moving, that is because of how that is shortening and lengthening its segments. Okay, so that is why that's moving because of that, and that movement is quite slow. Then a slimy substance formed by the body and tiny hair-like structures of bristles help in movement. So we can say that the movement of earthworm is possible because of these hair-like structures that we call bristles. Okay, then while moving, the earthworm first lengthens its front side. So this is the front side of the earthworm. So what is it's doing? It is lengthening its front side, then keeping the rear, the other one first one is the rear front side and the other is the rear side. So it's lengthening, it's elongating its front side, and the rear side is fixed at that time with the help of its bristles. Okay, and then what will happen then the same will happen but in the opposite direction. That means the front side will be fixed and the rear side will now will get short, not length, that won't elongate, but that will shorten, pulling it forward by a short distance. So by repeating these movements, an earthworm can move, and that movement is quite slow. Now the second one is a movement in cockroach. Okay, so cockroach has a hard outer skeleton. Okay, as we read about this, that it has a soft body but it is quite hard, and its skeleton is outer skeleton, and it moves using its 3 pair of legs. By 3 pair of legs I mean 6 legs, right? Because one pair has 2 legs, so that means 6 legs, and 2 pair of wings, that means 4 wings, and both legs and wings work with the help of these muscles. The legs that it has that help for walking and running, and with the wings it allows the cockroach to fly. Okay, the cockroach walks by moving 3 legs at a time, as we already said that its movement is because of 3 pair of legs. That means at a time it can walk by moving its 3 legs simultaneously. Then claws on the legs allow the cockroach to grip the surface firmly. So the claws that are present on the legs of the cockroach that help it to grasp or grip the surface very firmly, tightly, which help it to climb the walls also. And it has a pair of antennae that help it to smell things. Okay, so with the help of these antennae, the cockroach is able to smell the things. Now the third movement is the movement in snail. This is a snail. So a snail has a soft body that is covered with a protective shell. See, its body is also very soft, but it has a protective shell outside it. That is why it is protected. Okay, it moves very slowly using a muscular structure called foot. As we read about this, that with the help of these segments, with the help of bristles, a earthworm moves. So in this case, it moves with the help of a muscular structure that is known as a foot. The snail moves on flat foot, which consists of several muscular layers, and a slimy substance produced by the body helps in the smooth movement. Now the snail moves by creating a wave-like motion along the length of the foot. A snail can also wrap its body around a branch so that it does not fall off. Whenever it has a danger of falling off, it can wrap its entire body around a branch so that it will prevent it from falling down. Now the fourth one is the movement in snake. A snake has a long cylindrical body covered with scales. So we know that the snake has scales inside it, so it moves by relaxing and contracting the muscles. So in this case it is moving by relaxing and contracting the muscles, okay, which are attached to the bones and lengthwise along its body. So the scales, they help in the gripping the surface as well. While moving, the snake curves its body into a series of loops. So whenever a snake moves, it curves its body like a loop. Each of its loop gives the body a forward push. So whenever a loop is formed, that means its body is being given a forward push. Okay, because of that the snake is moving forwardly. This helps the snake to move side to side in an S-shaped path. As we all know that snake doesn't move straight, it always make a S-shaped path whenever it moves. Now the next one is the movement in fish. So fish have to push themselves through water when they swim. So whenever a fish is swimming, so it has to push itself through water, right? So fish have the flexible bodies, there are streamlined bodies with strong muscles attached to the skeleton. So most fishes, they have a head and a tail narrower than the bottom portion, as we all know. So that shape is known as a streamlined shape. We say that fish has a streamlined shape and allows this fish to move through water easily. Because of the streamlined shape, the fish is being allowed to move freely inside the water. So fins that are attached, these are the fins that are attached to the fish that help fish to maintain balance as well as change direction whenever it's swimming. So the tail helps the fish to push its body forward. With the help of this tail, the fish is able to move forward. To swim, a fish moves the front part of the body to one side while moving the tail to the other side. So whenever a fish is moving, the fish moves the front side to one side and the tail to opposite side. It then moves front and tail ends to the other side. So these movements are performed using the muscles, and repeating them moves the fish forward through water, and the flexible backbone assists in this movement. Now this is the movement in birds. So how birds move. Okay, so birds, we know that birds can easily fly in air, they walk on the ground, they swim in water. So to fly in air, a bird has to overcome gravity, the force of gravitation, right? So it has to overcome that force if it wants to fly, right? So the birds have these streamlined bodies covered with feathers. We all know that birds are covered with feathers. Okay, then their forelimbs, that is the four front limbs, are modified into wings, right? So the powerful chest muscles help in moving the wings while flying. Most birds, we know that the birds, they have most of them, they have these hollow bones which makes their body quite light. So when their body is quite light, they can easily fly, right? Because if there is some heavier object, that gets very difficult to fly then. So the hind limbs, the back limbs, they are used for walking and perching, that means sitting. And the aquatic birds such as duck have webbed feet which help them to swim. Okay, so we know that aquatic birds, they are having these feet. A bird flies by flapping its wings. So a bird flies by flapping its wings up and down as it's being shown in the figure, just like this. Okay, so I think that's all for today.